Welcome back to the Melanin Jeeper. Today we've got a couple of projects in the garage. We've got a project outside the garage. Right now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be working on a 2000 XJ. I picked it up for a really good price. Had the typical piston slap. I've already went in and replaced the piston, taken it out, replaced the piston. I've taken it back again, taken it back out again. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through that process one more time, and I'm going to take you along with me. Here we go. Hey, Melanin Jeeper here. So what we got is a 2000 XJ, super duper clean truck, blacked out windows. I don't know how I feel about that. Also, I don't know how I feel about the wheels, but super clean. Picked this up for a low price. It's very minimal rust that we're gonna take a look at, but my garage is a little crowded here. However, the main thing that's wrong with this guy here is that it has that piston slap. What I think or remember the guy telling me is the number 3 piston, which is the first time I've actually seen the number 3 piston do that. It's always the number 6 piston in the very back. So what I'm about to do is I'm gonna rip this thing apart. Gonna take the airbox off, power steering, all of the hoses and cables and wires and all that stuff, and pull it back, pull the AC off, pull the valve cover off, pull the head out. Looks like the guy I bought it from, I'm a little concerned. I don't know if you can see under here, but he already took the oil pan off, and that's how he discovered that that there was some piston slap going on. So here we go. We're gonna jump into this thing. I've done this 2 other times before. I'm pretty comfortable with it. Got the new parts left over from the other two Jeeps I did. In fact, I did this Jeep the very same way. This is my 97 XJ. I just got done dolling it all back up. I still got to paint the doors yet. I don't know if you guys have seen the inside of this. I don't even know if I've made a video. Let's check it out. But anyway, it's super sweet. I'll have to make a video on it, but I got to put my airbag back in. I think that's why I hadn't done it yet. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, paint the doors, door panels. But back to the XJ. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to pull this head over here and see what we got. I always hate doing these, but it's so rewarding when it's finished. All right, let's get started. All right, so if you're watching this channel, you're familiar with what's happening right here. So we've got the head pulled on this 4-liter out of this 2000 Jeep Cherokee. Pretty self-explanatory. I don't know if I have any other videos with me explaining how to do that, but perhaps one day. So what we're gonna do is, you may not be able to see it, I'll bring you here in just a moment, but we're missing cylinder number 2. I have taken it out. Let's see if I can go find it. Hold on 1 second. Alright, here is cylinder number 2. Like I said, I stuck it in there, but because I wasn't paying attention, and it does matter. So this rod is turned 180 degrees incorrectly. So I need to take the wrist pin back out, flip this thing over so it's facing the correct direction, and obviously, you know, you got the arrow here on signifying the front. We'll put the little piston sleeve back on it, the little insert tool, and jab it back in there. But for now, first thing we need to do is start with swapping that wrist pin around. Here we go. All right, here we go. So I pressed the other one out. I forgot to turn the camera on and do it, but it came out. I had to hold my teeth just right. So what I'm doing here, I got the correct direction of the this push rod arm, or push rod rather, and I got it right here with my thumb. That little mark right there, if you see that little notch, It goes on the passenger side. I don't know if anybody's ever put these in backwards before and it made a difference, but made a pretty big difference over here. In fact, when I initially put this together, it combined with the wrong size bearings and rushing through what I was doing, it put the whole motor in a bind. Even the starter couldn't crank it. That's what I was saying earlier. I'd put it all back together, and then that happened. Then I took it all apart, and now here we are putting it all back together. Let's see if that doesn't get us a winner. I'll set that there. Move you over closer before we cool off too fast. Slide you in here. Oh, get in there. No, but I believe with a little persuasion at the same time, this will work. I'm gonna press this in right quick. I'll be right back with you. All right, so here we go. I've got it all set up. I got my teeth held just right, and we're gonna see if we can't press this thing in there. All right, it is moving. I'm gonna go fast. See if we can make this smooth as possible. Still going. Okay, it's getting tight, so I'm going to stop. Okay, let's figure out why it's in a bind. Uh-oh. All right, so we're almost there, but I felt a little binding, and I think that it was this that wrist pin was hanging up on the lip of this, so I think we're going to try it again and keep her going. Okay, we're going to let the pressure off of it again. The reason I'm being so careful with this is obviously I don't want to, well, looks like I broke it, so it's over with. I was trying not to break it, but here we are. It's just what happens. Okay, so here we go. We had to stop break-in pistons, and finally we just went to the machine shop and they hooked us up excuse me, and got this put in. So as you can see here, maybe there's an arrow right there. I just realized I have my glasses on. I wear prescription, so I need to use them anyway to see. Nonetheless, I'm now realizing that I have my shades on, but I'm gonna go get my regular glasses on. We're gonna slide this in the hole. We're gonna pop it in there, and then we're gonna see how quickly, or not how quickly necessarily, we're gonna see how long this takes us to complete. So, that being said, I'll take the piston and I'll put it down. I'll go get my other glasses and I'll... Okay, here we go. We've got everything set up here. I like to use a BFH in one cool swipe, but not all the way down to the crankshaft. a big deal. I just set the rod bearing on there, but as you see there, we got it in. Boop, 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 boop. So we are good there. I'm gonna take you underneath and we'll get started on that fiasco. We're back. That took a long time to find these stupid screws or nuts that I balled up inside of a paper towel. Wasn't thinking. These are 1/2 inch, just so you know. I have found in my work on these here trucks that they're a really good mix of millimeter and standard, blah blah blah. But everything in the motor appears to be standard size, which is cool. Now we're going to draw these up with this 12 millimeter here. This is going on a whole lot easier than the first time I did it, which there was a problem when I did it the first time, and that sounds good right there. And the motor wouldn't turn. So we're going to check that before we go any further, because I put the entire motor back together and never checked to see if it turned. And this one, it turned. No. Okay. All right, so I think we're in there. I should torque this down. I don't want to. Alright, I'm gonna go find some torque specs, torque this down. Alright, we are at 1 hour, 8 minutes. And here's where we are. We've got the oil pan installed. Where is it at? It's in there. There it is. We've got the oil pan installed. It's in there. Now we're, we got everything buttoned up under here. We got some steering stuff we got to put back together, but we'll do that once it gets back on the ground. Now, I got to set you guys back up top, and we'll spend the next 45 minutes-ish, hour-ish, putting the top side back together. We'll see if she cranks. Okay, here is what I believe to be the second hardest part. The first hardest part was putting the oil pan on, and for whatever reason it just slid on this time. However, this, in my opinion, is the most difficult part, and I have the Jeep jacked up in the air, and I got to crawl back under there later, so I didn't feel like jacking it back down. So this is going to be a little more interesting. Whew, and I got to keep this elevated a little bit. Let me find a piece of tape. I'll be right back. Alright, so it doesn't take much. Just going to throw that on right there, tape it together, blah, blah, blah. Alright, and so we got it. Whew, alright, I'm just going to jump in like a cold swimming pool. So it's time for this Jeep to go for a ride. Alright, here we go. You know, once you got it up in the air, you are committed. Okay, we're in there. Okay, we got the head in there. Beautiful. We want to make sure we don't have anything in a bind. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. So what we're gonna do, reach back here and get our bolt untaped here. Let's see. Okay, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, so I'll go get something to rip it off. Oh, there's something right there. Let's reach back here and pull all of these out. I'm gonna pull this tape out anyway. Alright, get that out of there. Alright, that goes in smooth enough. Alright, so let me get all the head bolts. Oh, that's not good. Alright, so I like to start with these two bolts right here. Just putting them in so I know they're in the right spot. That goes in the number 2 slot. And where's my other one? There it is. So this one goes in the next to last slot, passenger side. Now we can throw all of these in. I'll wait to put that first one in, as I need to put a little bit of sticky juice on it. You know what it is. It goes on this side. Now I'm reusing these head bolts. Again, I'm flipping this truck. And I think they're just going to work. So we're just going to use them again. Alright. So I'll come back to this one here in a memento to put some sealant. That's what I'm thinking of. A little RTV action. I'm going to need a 12 point, I think ½ inch. If I'm not mistaken. So I'll go grab one of those guys. I'll be back with you. We'll get these tightened now. Alright, now we've got our intake. We're headed home. Oh, you found yourself home. Alright, that looks home-ish. Yep, I think that's home, but I should have brought a bolt up here with me before I blah blah blah. We'll get this one in here like so, and just get it held up there so it doesn't move. Piston replacement. I actually think we might take that one and replace all the pistons in it, instead of doing just the one. We just got to get this one out of the door. It's going to be just fine, especially since we've probably cured most of the oil leaks, if not all of them. I don't know if you can ever cure all the oil leaks in an XJ. All right, those are all torqued down and in. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to throw a valve cover gasket on there and a valve cover. Let me see what the time looks like. Alright, we are at 2 hours, 5 minutes, and we are rocking and rolling. Let's throw the valve cover gasket in. Here we go. Okay, that is the valve cover gasket. Now, let's go in with the valve cover. Very carefully. And we're going to put it on the correct direction. All right. We have a stupid screw back here, so we're going to start with it. We're going to start with this stupid screw. Got it. Back here to the very back. It seems like every time I try to put one of these screws on in the very back, it falls down on top of the transmission. So, if you're ever in the DC area and you pull a valve cover bolt out of your tire, it's a good chance that it fell off the back of one of my XJs. It's a good chance. Don't hold me to that though. We got her in there though. Now, as I'm looking down here, I just realized we're not going to be able to crank this thing up today because we need a starter.